can do something at an angle, you know?
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Cut the shit more than once. So. Give it a haircut, right?
And carve a little, sculpture into the end of your cigar there. Here's an idea. Throw that one out there to the Titan community. So I heard something funny the other day. Well, I guess it depends on your sense of humor. Yeah, are you familiar with the company Lululemon?
I thought that was Lululemon.
No, it's Lululemon.
Okay.
So, but you've heard of it, right?
I have, yes. It's
So
one of Victoria Gardens.
Yes. Now, apparently, this is actually a true story. That the founder, the creator of Lululemon, did it as a joke to Asian people because Asian people actually have difficulty pronouncing the letter L.
Oh.
They pronounce it with the letter R. We could get banned on YouTube for this one.
Don't do it.
Each week we push the boundaries to see what more we can get away with. I assure you it's actually a true story.
Wait until my anecdote.
Fact check true.
So, when we got anybody,
no.
in the Asian communities, even if you're watching us from across the world, let us know if that's, we want to know. Is it Lululemon or Lululemon?
You got to find the humor in the small things, right?
We got to.
Speaking
of, so I've been watching like all this like serious stuff on TikTok about the radicalism of the LGBT community, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, as much as it's getting on my nerves, there's some truth to it, but I'm like, we smoking a cigar, it's still like, who cares, right? So I was talking about it with me and the old lady, me and Mrs. Brother Stogie, she was like, you know what? Brother Stogie, husband.
I think it's weird that she refers to you as Brother Stogie husband.
Brother Stogie husband?
Yes.
My cigar has pronouns. And I was like, this is clever. I was like, tell me more. And she was like, my pronouns are these, those, and mine. I was like, that is damn clever.
She nailed it.
Right? These cigars are beautiful.
Yes.
Those cigars are mine. Mm-hmm. If I had some of those, I would be happy.
I like that.
Right? If I had some of these, I'd be great.
Yeah.
These are awesome.
I like it.
You already know what we're talking about.
I like it.
Especially if you're watching the Cigar Titans on YouTube.
That's right.
My cigars have pronouns. Respect them.
Respect them.
Respect them. Or you might get canceled.
Oh, we don't need that. What's going on, everybody? Cigar Titan here once again. My good friend Brother Stogie. Say hello to people.
Titan thing.
You have found the most entertaining channel, cigar channel, on all of the YouTubes. You have found
the Cigar Titans!
That is right, Brother Stogie.
Yes.
You know what? We'll tell them about the topic when we get back from the intro.
Okay.
We're on a quest to get canceled from YouTube.
Fuck you, we're Cigar Titan. We made it this far, shit.
Yeah. it's going to be something that you wouldn't even expect. It's not going to be for the thing that we expect to get canceled for. It'll be for something small, little.
Something stupid.
And we make fun of kittens or something like that, and then we end up getting banned from YouTube.
We put pink flowers and blue flowers on our thumbnails.
Oh, God. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Like we said at the beginning of the episode, well, we didn't actually say at the beginning of the episode. We actually said we were going to come back from the intro and then hit them with the topic for today's video. Brother Stogie, what do you got in the bag for us?
So if you're looking at the screen, he's like, damn, Brother Stogie is hot with these damn hats he be having on.
Yep.
This is a corduroy paperboy hat from Route 66 Classic Supply Company in Rancho Cucamonga, California, next to the, what is that, a Foot Action? Foot Locker?
Foot Locker?
Foot Locker?
I think it's a Foot Locker.
I think it's a Foot Locker too, right across from Cold Stones.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Check them out, man. Go in there. The hats are just wonderful. It's spring and summertime is coming up, and I want to make sure my look is nice. And so far,
you're on point today. I'm telling you. You can't see it, but the shoes, the Nikes, got a little yellow in the tongue of the shoe there. You got the off yellow
because
shirt.
They're old, because they're brand new, all right? Not because they're old.
That's right. You got the gold chain. You got the gold on the watch. I mean, you are like on point today with the colors.
Thank you, bro. You know what I'm
Nailed
saying?
this outfit.
And in this case, y'all wondering, that wasn't sus. That was bro code right there.
That's right.
It is okay. We have a sus episode coming up. If you know what sus means, that means suspect. My bros gave me a compliment, and it's not suspect that he did so because we bros.
That's right.
So, the topic. The topic,
right.
The topic is, we decided to do a how do you know video of when it's time to say no to your cigar.
Yeah.
Or just say that I've had enough.
Yep. Got to put them down.
Gotta put them down. You gotta know. And I think so if you're new to this channel, because we have a lot of videos, recent videos, people say, I just found your channel.
Yeah.
Which means that one certain video that's all they've watched so far. So just in case you need a little description of what we do, this is a beginner cigar smoker based channel. We try to provide as much information as possible to the new smoker so you can have a comfortable journey as you progress on. And I thought about it, and I'm like, man, because sometimes new smokers, they're not usually around other new smokers. Usually new smokers are around seasoned smokers.
Typically, yeah.
Because they want to be introduced to the hobby, so they want to make sure that they are around people who know what they're doing.
Yeah, you usually look to somebody for advice.
Exactly. So I figured, do newcomers, do they finish their cigars because they're enjoying the cigar? Or are they finishing their cigar because the veteran smokers around them are taking it down to the final third?
That's a good question.
Right?
Yep. Yes, good question, Brother Stogie.
So there are many ways you can know for your own body when it's time to put down a cigar.
I agree. Now, have you ever had a cigar like that where you started smoking it, get about maybe a quarter of the way, 1/3 or 2/3 through the cigar, and you realize, whew, I may have bit off more than I could chew? All right. Tell me, I know Brother Stogie, so for those of you who have been watching us for a little while, you probably know. But for those of you who are new to the channel, Brother Stogie on many occasions has talked about his ability to handle cigars that have a lot of Ligero in it. Forgive us for the raceway that's going on out there.
Yes.
Because I know the mics are picking up the and everything else. But Brother Stogie, so what is kind of typical cigar for you? Like when you're thinking about cigars that have maybe a lot of Ligero or things like that, what are cigars that you just can't do? You've got to shy away from those cigars.
Well, I don't shy away because I'm not a bitch.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
fair.
I try any damn cigar just to make sure to see what my palate likes and does not like.
Okay.
But usually the cigars that might get Brother Stogie to be like, you know what, I've had enough, are your full body sticks.
Okay.
One like your double, triple Ligero wrappers, probably your double broadleaf, Maduro-esque looking wrappers. Those are cigars that usually give me to say, hey, maybe the final third, this might be too much for me.
Right.
So if you're a part of LuxuryCigarClub.com, the most luxurious subscription service on the planet,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, you might have had the opportunity to be favored with one of those subscription cards.
Yeah.
So if you've got a platinum membership, they do you a favor and they give every stick that's in the box for that month, they give you a description of the stick. And usually if you heard us do a review on the box, it might be, a Honduran wrapper, San Andreas binder, and a Nicaraguan filler.
There you go.
But it'll tell you if it's a mild, medium plus, or full body stick.
Yes.
That way you already know what to prepare yourself for. But if you're just a newbie going into a cigar lounge, you pick up a stick and you don't really know what to expect.
Now, I want to clarify something because I've heard two different ways of describing these types of things when it comes to cigars. So, you have your light, you have your medium body, and you have your full body. I think for the vast majority, especially vast majority of beginner smokers, when you're thinking full body cigars, you're typically thinking how much Ligero is in that cigar, how much nicotine is in that cigar.
Yeah.
Right, and that can make you feel a little woozy. For some of the advanced smokers, when they're thinking like light, medium, or full body, they're thinking about the flavor profile of the cigar. So you just have to, sometimes you got to clarify what somebody means when they say, hey, this is a full body cigar. Because full body may mean to that person that it's got a lot of Ligero in it. And to somebody else that may mean, well, this is something, yeah, it's got a ton of flavor, you know, a lot of flavor transitions. If that's up your alley, that might be a cigar you would enjoy.
That's why, do your research. If you smoke the stick at a lounge, while you in there, Google it, Google it, Google it, Google it, Google it. See what the flavor profiles are. See if it has a lot of different flavor notes and transitions, and or see if it's a full body stick that's fully Ligero.
Yes.
Part of the cigar journey.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, so one way I know to go ahead and put my cigar down and rest is if I'm just becoming overpowered by those flavor transitions.
Okay.
If I'm getting just the light earth notes, some leather, okay, and first third I'm good.
Okay. Most of the time?
Most of the time.
Okay.
First third I'm good. The second third, sometimes those earth notes and those leather notes might be brought up by some pepper notes, and that might be getting too much for me.
Okay.
Okay? At that point, if I'm not enjoying the cigar, if I'm just absolutely just not liking the cigar, I might go ahead and say, I'm all done.
You're gonna put it down.
I'm gonna put it down. If you're not enjoying it, what Cigar Titans do want to preach, if you're not enjoying that experience of that particular cigar, it's okay to say, that's not for me, and you can try another one.
Right. Now, one thing I think it's important to note that if you're a beginner smoker, you may want to clarify that to somebody when asking to partake in a cigar. If you're asking for somebody's recommendation, always let them know whether or not you're a beginner smoker.
Yes.
Because the last thing you want is to take your bro's, you know, cigar, an expensive cigar, and then you're like, wow, this just has way too much Ligero in it, and then you end up putting it down halfway through, you know, and then you ruin a perfectly good cigar. So
especially if it happens to be in Arturo Fuente.
Just go ahead and slide this out.
Nah, bro, not this time, man. If y'all saw the last video, I had a little too much to drink, 'cause I had like 9 corrections from my boy here. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna put the Titans fan through that again. I'm gonna be on a good level-headed level to go ahead and get through this here video. So if you are smoking the Arturo Fuente Rare Pink,
yes,
don't be that newcomer. But you know what? I'm gonna smoke that one because this is. You said you looked up the price on this stick. How much is this stick?
Those sticks go for about $60 a piece.
$60 a piece.
Depending on where you get.
So be respectful of the price range.
Yes.
Number one.
Don't go asking for a baller cigar if you're gonna put it down after the first third.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If
Right.
you're smoking at the homie's house, you might have to be asked to step out in the back to catch this fade real quick.
Yep.
All right?
You don't want to catch the fade.
You don't want to catch this fade. You know what I'm saying? So, Cigar Titan, so what is another reason why a newcomer might be encouraged to either call it quits and just, you know, tread carefully of a cigar?
So, you know, one obviously can be like you were talking about, like the Ligero, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe it's something that's got a kick. And I think it's important to kind of highlight, you know, what that looks like when, and I haven't had one of those cigars for me in a couple of years. I'm pretty good when it comes to most cigars that have a lot of nicotine or a lot of Ligero in them. They don't really have the same effect on me unless I smoke them on an empty stomach, and then I might feel it a little bit. But the last one I had, I think I talked about this in a previous episode. If you go way, way back and you watch the episode we shot with our boy Robert, you know, that episode I was actually smoking a Perdomo, I want to say it was a 20th anniversary cigar, and that one just put me on my ass. Like the second I go to hold up the cigar, I'm pointing at the camera at the beginning of the intro, you can see my hand shaking.
Right?
Because it was starting to kick in. So some of those things to look for is, you know, that jittery feeling. Maybe it's a general lightheadedness. Could even be a little bit of nausea. So when you're getting to that point, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and put the cigar down. Either grab something to eat, grab some sugar to balance out those levels in your body so that your blood sugar isn't off, because that's typically why you feel the way you do. And give yourself a little bit of a break. But then sometimes, maybe like you were saying, Brother Stogie, it's just the flavor of a cigar that you're not keen on. Now, we spend a lot of money on sticks, right? A lot of money.
Yes.
Yes, we get some free sticks, but we also buy a lot of our own cigars as well. It's hard for people to, or for me in particular, when you spend a ton of money on cigars, to say, you know what, I don't like this, I'm gonna put it down and I'm just gonna forget about it.
Right.
Have you seen, or have you ever had a cigar where you're just like, I just don't care for the flavor, I'm gonna put it down, but then you were like, wow, I paid for this. I hate to put down a $20 cigar and not smoke the rest of it just because I don't like the flavor. What do you do? Do you put it out, just let it die? Or do you chug on through and smoke through the remainder of the cigar?
So I have experienced this,
Okay.
with beginner cigar smokers. Or those cigar smokers be like, yeah, man, I smoke cigars, just because they know I'm a cigar titan.
Right.
Just because they know I'm seasoned at this. So like, because they know I don't go anywhere without some sticks.
That's right.
They're either in the back seat tucked underneath in my Tupper door, in my travel door, or they're in my little secret compartment in my truck, safe and protected with a boba pack to keep it nice and humidified.
That's right.
And protected from the elements of the sunlight going into the truck.
Yep.
Keep your shit safe.
Word.
So I have experience, when I go to parties or when people come to the house and they know they can get a stick off of me, I don't judge. So if I have a stick, no matter where it came from, I'm gonna share it. And I've seen where people are like, yeah, and they take it without expressing to me that might be too long, that may be too dark, I'm not quite sure what's gonna do for me. They just take it and they smoke it. And then I see that maybe 30 minutes later, they've put it down in the ashtray, it's gone now, and they have yet to return to it. So what I've been forced to do, because my old lady, she likes, your sweet tips, flavored cigars. I have been forced to not only buy the cigars that she enjoys, but to buy safe cigars for the fellas that come by too. Which means I just did a order off for Cigars International.
I see another episode in our future, Safe Cigars.
Safe cigars, yes. So I bought a pack of safe cigars, which for me happens to be the factory smoked sweets. Okay, nice mild cigar, got a nice little sweet tip. And usually I've seen fellas finish that cigar. So I don't, and then because it's so cheap for a box of 25, I don't mind, and I don't feel disrespected if they don't finish.
Right. I was just waiting for the ball to get tossed back over in my court. Yes. I agree with all of those things. Brother Stogie nailed it. I think for the most part, when it comes to beginner smokers, like I said, if you're going to be asking for a cigar, you're at your buddy's house or something like that, and you're gonna ask for a cigar, make sure you tell them that you're a beginner smoker. There's nothing wrong with telling somebody you're a beginner smoker. You can always find something that's going to match up with your palate. You know? But don't go in there, ask for, a cigar, or look for the most expensive thing in the humidor, take a few puffs off of it, and then put it down on the ashtray to die. That's not a dignified death in the cigar world. That's absolutely criminal.
That's not even a dignified ass whooping in the backyard.
That's right.
Last thing you want to do is come home all nice and dressed up and then go home to your lady after that with your ass whooped because you discarded with my expensive cigars because you thought you could hang.
That's right.
Be modest.
Right.
There's nothing wrong as a man with being modest.
That's
okay?
right.
Let your boy know, hey man, I don't want nothing too strong. It's been about 2 years since I had a cigar. Or I got a bro of mine say, hey, Brother Stogie, I ain't smoked a cigar since I was in the forces. In the Air Force, and that was 10 years. That was meatballs, space balls. That was about 10 years ago. That way I know to give him something safe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about it, man.
Brother Stogie.
Yeah.
What should the people do?
Remember the content. Okay? We said make sure you pick a safe cigar. We said make sure that if your body is telling you to stop, you probably should stop. Stop. Don't continue just because your bros who have been doing this for a while are taking it down to the final third. They nubbing the bitch. You know, they numbing the bitch. And you don't want to look like a punk.
That's right.
The last thing you want to do is what's going to make you look like a punk. If they hear you before you leave the lounge and you in there, right? That's what makes you look like a punk, all right? So listen to your body, learn what cigars work for you, pick a safe stick if you need to. Most important, respect your brother's or your sister's stash, okay? Do not pick the most expensive stick in their shit if you know you can't take it, all right? And that's about it for y'all. So if you enjoyed that how-to, those are the cigar beginner basics right there.
Yeah.
You gotta subscribe to the damn channel, y'all.
Come on.
You gotta subscribe.
Keep it coming. Help us get to 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000 subscribers. We coming. We on our way. All right? Big shit happen. I mean, if we get to 10,000, you know, Warner Brothers might be calling us for a movie skit soon.
Maybe.
You know, we might be aside Denzel Washington in the next original gangster, you know, as he comes in and gets a cigar. You might see the Cigar Titans there. The next, 2025, Boys in the Hood. You know, we might be there. I might be the gangster, he might be the cop, you know.
Why do I gotta be the cop? Why do I gotta be the cop? Oh, come on.
But I'm just saying, the only way you can do that is like the damn video. Hit that bell so you get a notification every time Cigar Titans posts a new video for y'all. And then hit the bell.
Yep.
Like. Share the thing, and then comment, introduce
you
yourself.
gotta share that thing.
You know, shout out again to all the women who are commenting in the comments and joining the premiere. Please, come. Bring your friends, your homegirls. Y'all part of the Cigar Titan fam as well, all right? And until next time. Live how you smoke, smoke how you live. And that's smooth, baby.
We'll see everybody next week. Wait, we'll see everybody the week after. I'll be out of town.
Yeah, you're gonna have some fun.
That's right. We'll see everybody the week after. There we go.
Right on. Be easy.